In this video, we're going to talk about shifting from the old frequency to the new frequency. So if you've done the manifestation work, the mindset work, and you're still in similar experiences, it's because our bodies love the old frequency. It gets addicted to this familiar and the known, and it will keep pulling us back in there. But I came up with 3 clear steps that completely flipped the script and ended up helping me in all areas of my life, but especially in my business with clients and abundance without working harder. So let's begin. Step number 1, which is manifesting co-creation 101, is start focusing all your attention on what you do want, but as though it's already happened. The universe can only give you what you already have. It's such a paradox, I know, but you have to walk around like you're already feeling it. You already have it. No doubts in your mind. And it doesn't matter what you see in your 3D reality, but you don't have to stress out about it. You don't have to spend the whole day like, oh no, I reacted to my current reality and I wasn't living like I was in it. If you just I do it for an hour a day. I have meditations that I do where I visualize my new reality. I do scripting where I write down, I am abundant. I am financially free, as though it already happened. And then I use a reminder on my watch. I use the Gene Keys Triple Flame app, and it reminds me multiple times a day to pause. And when I do, I pause and I show gratitude to the universe. I am thanking the universe. I'm feeling it because my wish has already been fulfilled. So that's manifesting 101. That's the first step. That's the part that most people know. But the parts that they don't know is this. As soon as you set the intention, rockets of desires start orchestrating all sorts of manner of experiences and events so you can see what your current frequency is. What are the blocks in the way? So there's like a funny saying in one of these courses that I took that as soon as you want to have a breakthrough in finances, you lose your wallet or you get a bill. It's the universe. It's showing you exactly what's already here. And so when these things happen, it's really important not to get frustrated, because it is guaranteed that that's going to happen. In my last video over here, we talked about the importance of opening the heart and being in a state of heart coherence in order to manifest. And I go into much more details. You can watch the video. But essentially what I said was our heart coherence is like a radio tower signal to the universe. So the more clear and open, loving and grateful and this peaceful, trusting state we are, the better. I know that's easier said than done, but doing the work to open our heart is key. So as soon as I decided that I wanted to manifest greater abundance and more clients and my business growth, I said to myself that also requires me to keep opening and expanding my heart. So I had that intention in my mind that I am creating a state of abundance. I am financially free, abundant, easeful, and I am doing meaningful work that helps tons of people, and I'm coming from my heart. As soon as I did this, I went on a family trip to New Jersey, and my partner and daughter were there at the table, and my brother and my mom. And my mom, unprovoked, looks at my daughter and says, I am so happy to see you, not her, but you. And I'm sitting there like, ouch. But I didn't want to get into a fight. I knew that the universe was going to be showing me all the blind spots. I had already set the intention. I was investing my attention in it. So I knew this was coming. I knew that all the ways in which my heart might close would come up. And so here my mom is, this perfect person to provoke me, and I don't get provoked. I just mentally note that, okay, this is hurting my heart. I felt deflated and sad and feeling like nothing I did was ever good enough for her. So I just witnessed that and took note of that. And I kept saying to the universe, okay, I'm keeping my heart open. I am love. Like, show me what I need to know. And that's step number 2. Step number 2 is just noticing what starts to show up. Anything that triggers you is something that can help you to clear out your frequency, because what's already in your life is the old frequency. So I'm saying to myself, all right, this is the old frequency. I bookmarked it as something I need to work through. And then 2 weeks later, I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends, and 2 of my friends start really buddying up and not including me in the conversation. And this goes on for hours. And I'm thinking they didn't completely ignore me, but they were ignoring me enough and just doing this special back and forth between each other, like da 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 da. And I just started thinking about middle school and how felt left out a lot. And in high school, how I just didn't really feel like I knew how to human. And it was very painful. And again, I felt my heart. And I was thinking, oh, this is exactly, again, some of the reasons why my heart closes down, this fear of rejection and feeling that pain again. So again, I note it down and I think to myself, okay, what is this trying to tell me as well? And I don't have the answer yet, but I just keep going forward and I keep meditating on my heart and I keep listening. And then the final straw is my partner and I, the very same weekend, get into a fight. It clicked for me after that fight with my partner that the thing that happened with my mom and with my friends and with my partner, it was this deep underlying foundational belief like, oh, I don't matter. And then it clicked for me. I realized, oh, attachment wounds. And I realized attachment wounds are so important. The way that we related to our like caregiver figures is how we relate to the universe. So I realized attachment wounds are so important because we will project that onto universe, source, creation, and we won't even realize it because it's such a deep memory that happened when we were young. But there's also ancestral memories that carry through. And so I realized that's what I need to heal. It's my attachment wounds, the belief that I don't matter. And then I saw all the ways in which that was showing up in my business. I had been working hard at every single job since I was 23 years old, and now my business. And I was always working really hard, like going above and beyond because I didn't inherently feel worthy. And then I kept having these experiences where I felt like I wasn't seen and I didn't matter. So as soon as this clicked, I remembered something that my teacher said to me, which was, all of the universe is just like a screen, and we are the projectors. Don't fall into the trap of believing that what's on the screen is real. It's coming from us. And I felt such a temptation to make myself right, to believe in the old frequencies. That is the pitfall, is not knowing that it cannot possibly be happening if we were not the projectors. So step 3, here is a simple exercise that one of my teachers taught me. You imagine 2 chairs, 2 really comfortable chairs, and you sit down in one chair. And I have a chair right here. And then you invite in any aspect from the old frequency that is creating the experience. And we're not here to judge, fix, or try to manage that part. What helps is just listening with pure curiosity, with all the time in the world, with zero judgment. Now, what I did was I sat and I said, okay, who needs to be seen? And one by one, I had aspects of me come and tell me a whole story. Some of them took 30 minutes. Some of them took an hour. I had to really come back and do multiple sessions. But when we just listen and let them empty, similar to letting a friend just vent without trying to be their little fix-it coach, without judging, just validating their experience and sending them compassion, eventually the energy completely starts to empty out. And one of the things you can do is, if you find yourself having an agenda, not having patience, judging or fixing, it's another part of you. It's like a protector, manager part of you. So what you can do is, I wrote out a map. And if I had someone coming to try to manage or fix it, they couldn't just listen with all this loving spaciousness. I wrote it down. I added them to the queue. And sometimes as I was working with a part, another part protector would show up. So then again, I just added it to the queue. And so everyone knew that they were accounted for. As I was doing it, I was listening and all this emotional energy was just emptying and emptying out. They showed me so many memories from school, from my family. And then I was at this place where it was just empty. And it was incredible. And then when I went back and I looked at the situations, I thought about my mom, these friends, my partner. I realized, oh, each person was trying to feel loved. My mom was trying to feel loved from me. She was trying to provoke me to get attention, and it was coming in this very young, not so loving way, but I could really see, I got this spiritual knowing in my mind that she was just trying to connect with me and get my attention the only way she knew how. When I saw my friends from this new perspective, I saw that they were going back and forth trying to feel connected and special. And they were so consumed by doing it that they weren't aware that other people were being left out. They too were trying to just feel loved. And then same with my partner. When I had a conversation with him later, he shared with me he didn't feel loved and he was doing a strategy to try to feel loved. So again, my original intention was to keep my heart open, to stay in a state of love so my heart would be coherent. And what started happening was I did this process of investing my attention in my new reality, noticing what the universe brought to me and asking it what it wanted me to know. And this process of emptying out the energy, I did this repeatedly over the last couple months. I did this. It's definitely a practice of really investing in yourself. And then you know what happened? I started having clients coming out of the woodworks. Word of mouth referrals started just increasing and increasing because as my heart opened, my signal of going out, of making as big of a difference as possible for as many people as possible, that signal got stronger and stronger. And I just felt so much love for what was happening. I fell in love with the process. And I was already living in that reality of making a difference, living in abundance. And after a couple months of doing this, my 3D world started showing it back to me. This has worked not only with my career and abundance, but it's also worked with friendships and other sorts of miraculous opportunities. I mean, I've been having so many beautiful synchronicities happen. So as you keep increasing your frequency, so many beautiful things are just going to magically happen. If you want to get started on this work, and here is a great way if you've never done emotional healing work, or if you've never really done that work of really turning inwards and understanding your emotions or parts of yourself, I have a free AI bot when you sign up for my newsletter. And all you have to do is type in what you're feeling, what's going on for you, and it will help you walk through a process where you'll start really bringing compassion to yourself. If anything is triggering you or confusing you, you could type it into this AI bot and it will greatly help you. I've had many people tell me how they love this bot, how it's helping them get so much clarity all the time, and it's completely free.